You're listening to Hashtag No Filter with Zack Peter. That's me, your naturally platinum blonde pop culture connoisseur. I'm the reality TV junkie, self-improvement addict, and a host with only the hottest tea spilled fresh weekly. For more hot takes, go and give me a follow at Just Plain Zack. I always keep it funny and I always keep it cute. And if you're like me and you want to stay up to date with the latest reality tea, then you can always give us a follow at No Filter with Zack on the Instagram. Guys, I hope right now you are drinking some fizzy Housewives inspired or wine for yourself. We've got a nice light crisp rosé that's sparkling and a nice light crisp white wine that's also sparkling, all available at nofilterwine.com. Wow. I mean, if you're celebrating right now, then I hope you're celebrating with some No Filter Wine. Nofilterwine.com, 13% alcohol by volume, but less than a gram of sugar. Must be 21 or older to older. Drink responsibly. Wow. Guys, holy Jack Sparrow. This is like an emergency podcast episode because we have a verdict in the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial, the defamation cases. The jury came back today, had come to a verdict. The verdict was supposed to be read at 3, I believe it was 3 o'clock Eastern. Amber Heard was in the courtroom with her attorneys. Johnny Depp was not in the courtroom. He's back in the UK for prior work commitments, but his attorneys were present. Neither party needed to be present as long as their attorneys were present. So Johnny Depp was not present during the actual reading of the verdict. The jury came out. They handed their verdict forms to the judge. There, the judge read it, or was reviewing it, and then ended up being like, hold up, wait a minute, you guys fucked something up, you screwed up, you need to fill out damages. And when it was announced that damages had not been filled out, it was like, oh snap, that means somebody won their defamation case. The judge didn't immediately let us know who won, but she made the jury go back and award damages to whichever party they felt was entitled to win their defamation case. The jury went in, there was a short recess, they came back, and here we are. This is the final verdict. Are you ready? As we predicted, my predictions were that Amber Heard was going to lose in court and that Johnny Depp was going to win on probably the one count of the defamation case, on one count, which was the tweet, possibly the online version. And I will tell you right now, I was wrong in both my prediction of Johnny Depp and wrong in my prediction of Amber Heard. Johnny Depp won all 3 counts in his defamation case against Amber Heard. The jury did not believe Amber Heard. The jury believed that Johnny Depp was entitled to damages because what Amber Heard said about him was defamatory. So they did not rule in favor of Amber Heard in Johnny Depp's suit against her. There was the print version, the online version, and the tweet, which was considered a republication of the online version of the op-ed that Amber Heard wrote back in 2018 in the Washington Post. Johnny Depp won all 3 counts. He got compensation. He was awarded damages for compensation lost in the amount totaling up to $10 million. So he was awarded $10 million in damages, which is crazy. We do know in the closing arguments that his attorney said that it wasn't about the money. He wasn't looking to gain any money. He really just wanted to rehab his reputation. He wanted people to know that these things were not true and that they were false. We heard 6 weeks of testimony, witnesses, experts, people coming out, presenting the evidence as to whether or not these statements were true or false. The jury determined that all of the statements in the Washington Post op-ed were false. Amber Heard lost that case. Johnny Depp was awarded $10 million in damages, and then he was awarded punitive damages as well, and the jury awarded him $5 million in punitive damages, which is essentially, so the compensatory damages are basically what he was awarded for the work that he lost, which was $10 million. We know he lost Pirates of the Caribbean, and that was $22 million that he lost by losing that role. The jury only ended up giving him 10 out of that. Again, but he said he didn't really want any of the money. The punitive damages, though, that's the fuck you damages. That's you were bad, Amber Heard, slap on the wrist. This is how much you have to pay him for actually going out and showing and making these defamatory statements. As we know that when it comes to celebrities or public figures, the big key piece is not only did you have to reveal these things on a public platform and these things had to be false, but you had to know that they were false and you had to have malice to hurt someone's reputation. So essentially, the jury believed that the op-ed was not only false, but it was false and done with malice. That was the really key indicator on whether or not Johnny Depp was going to win on all three counts. And the jury determined that they believed that there was malice behind her statements and that she was trying to hurt his reputation and that she knowingly said these statements and knowingly said them with malice and knowing that they were false. Amber Heard's case, again, I was wrong about this one. I said she was not going to win. Well, she was also suing Johnny for 3 counts of defamation. She lost on 2 counts, won on one of those counts, and was awarded $2 million in damages. Oh, also to clarify, in regard to what Johnny won in damages, so the judge limited punitive damages at $350,000. So even though the jury awarded him $5 million, so he technically, the jury awarded Johnny Depp $15 million. Yes, but also no, because since there is that limitation, he won't get that $5 million in punitive damages. He's only limited to $350,000 in punitive damages. So he technically only won $10.35 million. $10,350,000 is what he actually ended up being awarded because there was that stipulation that punitive damages couldn't go more than $350K. So that's how much he won. She won $2 million. She did not get any punitive damages. $2 million was for compensation that she apparently lost, or that the jury felt that she lost as a result of the defamatory statements that were made by Johnny Depp's attorney, his former attorney. Remember, she was suing him because he claimed that the allegations were all just a hoax and that Amber Heard was lying about that, which is interesting that she was able to win on that. While also, I think some of the people on Emily D. Baker's live stream were asking if it was possible that they both could win. She said that it was highly unlikely. I thought that it was highly unlikely, because how do you then sue someone? Like, if her counterclaim was on the fact that the statements were all a hoax, then how would he be able to win if they weren't true? It's interesting. It's shocking that they both ended up winning. It's most likely that the $2 million that she's entitled to will just get deducted from the $10,350,000 that he's entitled to. Whether or not he's actually going to pursue that, there may be some sort of settlement that they try to reach where they kind of just like try to hit a wash. I would imagine he's at least going to want, here's what he should do. Ask her, not for the $10,350,000, what he should do, because he really just wanted to save his reputation. He should say, here's my counterclaim to you. Here's the settlement that I would like to reach with you, Amber. Since I owe you $2 million, we'll deduct that from what you now owe me. But what I really want from you is $7 million, and I'm going to donate it to the ACLU and to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. That would be a snap, pat the puss, mic drop moment right there. That's what he should try to negotiate in their settlement negotiations. That's what he should say. I want $7 million from you because I gave you $7 million that you were supposed to donate to charity. You're not entitled to that money. You don't deserve that money. You didn't give it to the charity like you pledged. So I will take that money and I will donate it to the ACLU. Listen, Vasquez, Chu, if you're watching this right now, which you're probably not, but I hope that you are, Elaine, you can suck it. But Chu and Vasquez, if you're watching this, that's what you need to go in and negotiate. And that will be a moment in pop culture. Ask her for $7 million, donate it to the ACLU, donate it. Or actually, fuck it. At that point, I guess you can't take the full $10 million because he does owe her $2 million. So that would leave him with $8,350,000. He should take all of that $8.3 million and divide that up into charity. That would be a moment. But wow, Amber Heard. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is, Emily D. Baker was saying that this is typically why attorneys don't want their clients in court during reading the final verdicts. It doesn't, because some people are like, oh, that looks bad that Johnny Depp isn't there, but it doesn't necessarily look bad because should he have lost the way Amber Heard lost in like a landslide, she really lost, then you have all the photos and videos of you and your reaction to all of this. And then you have to walk outside of the courthouse and see all the press. Like, it's not a pretty vibe. But there you go. Everyone that was out there tweeting justice for Johnny got his justice. Not only was he able to rehab and save his reputation and prove to people that these things were false and that he is not an abuser and he did not physically or sexually assault Amber Heard, but he was also awarded damages. That is wild. But even though I do want to clarify that even though it is being reported that he was awarded $15 million, he's not actually, that's technically what the jury awarded him. But again, he's only entitled to that 10.35 number. So just to clarify that way you can feel smart when you're out there fighting with people on Twitter about it. You can be like, well, actually, what about the facts? Snap, snap, pat the puss. There you go, guys. Curious to know what your thoughts are. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop your comments below, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and let me know if you're shocked by this. I was shocked by it. I was shooketh when the announcement came that the jury had reached a verdict. I was like, oh my God. And then they announced that it was coming, which was noon my time, 3 Eastern. And then I was like just eagerly sitting there waiting for the verdict. And then we found out that somebody won, and it was like a tease, you know? It was like we found out that somebody won, but we had to wait for them to award damages. It's uncertain whether or not who they did not write damages down for. Whether that was Johnny, maybe it was Amber. Like maybe they didn't want to give Amber any damages, but they said, at least we believe that, your claim of defamation against Johnny or against Johnny's attorney for claiming that this was all a hoax. But again, how is it not a hoax if they found out that everything she said in the op-ed ended up being false? That's the part that's a little interesting. But listen, the jury did their thing. They made their decision. This is our legal system, guys. This is it. I was literally talking to my neighbor last night, and I was explaining all of it to her because she's like followed it very loosely. And I was explaining what was happening. And she's like, a jury gets to decide this? Like, shouldn't somebody a little more qualified, like a judge, be able to make the final decision? And I was like, no, this is how our legal system works. If anything, I would rather have a jury make that decision because it's the opinion of multiple people that actually get to hear all of the evidence versus one judge who's one person who can, listen, it is what it is. But there you go, guys. Johnny Depp was awarded 10.35 to 15 million, depending on how you look at it. But all the headlines and reports are going to say that Johnny Depp won $15 million. And Amber Heard won $2 million. So there you go, guys. If you want a full recap and a full deep dive into the case, into the trial, what we heard over the last 6 weeks, the timeline of their relationship, the timeline of all of the stuff that we heard about in trial, all of that's available on the podcast. From last episode, dove deep into the Amber Heard Johnny Depp stuff, and here we are. We've reached the end. Thank you for tuning in. This was a short, mini, bite-sized episode just to give you the tea on what happened today in court. Now they will go into settlement negotiations and figure out what will actually be paid out, who will be paid out, how it will be, how it'll be done. But there you go, guys. Let me know what you think below. If you're listening to this on the podcast, please leave me a nice review on Apple Podcasts. I would really appreciate that. 5 stars. I give you guys shout outs on Instagram. So when you do leave me reviews, I do give you guys shout outs and I do share them because they mean a lot to me and they really help the show continue to grow. They help the show continue to rank high on the charts. And I appreciate you. I love you. I thank you for all the love that you send my way. Hopefully you are enjoying, you had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend and you're getting back into the swing of things and you finally settled back into your life. And I hope this weekend you're going to be drinking some No Filter wine. It's available at nofilterwine.com. We have a light, crisp, fizzy white wine and a light, crisp, fizzy rosé, all inspired by our favorite iconic Housewives moments from Real Housewives of New Jersey, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think tonight's Beverly Hills night, so I'm probably going to have to pull out the cut back my drinking or what. But I also kind of feel like I need a little, I'm not going out tonight, I'm disengaging because I feel like I may need to take a bath, sip some wine, and just relish in this moment because this 6-week trial has come to an end, baby. All right, guys, I love you. Give me a follow at Just Plain Zack if you want to follow me personally. Follow the show at No Filter with Zack. If you're listening to this before 4 p.m. Pacific, or actually even afterwards, Adam Newell from Up and Adam and I are taking over the Birchbox Instagram account. We will be going live, counting down to the premiere of The Real Housewives of Dubai. So if you want to join us, that is happening today, Wednesday, June 1st at 4 p.m. Pacific. 7 Eastern. So 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. We're going live on Birchbox's Instagram account to count down to the premiere of Real Housewives of Dubai. If you miss it, I'm pretty sure the recording will be available. Love you guys. Bye.